All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful framework for anyone thinking about building a business in 2026. This is all based on the killer insights from entrepreneur Codie Sanchez. So if you've ever had that itch to start your own thing, you're going to want to stick around for this. Let's get right into the blueprint.
So let's just kick things off with a number that's, well, it's pretty brutal. 65%. That's how many new businesses fail within their first 10 years. It's a scary statistic for sure, and it's what stops a lot of great ideas from ever even getting off the ground.
But here's the thing. What if that failure rate isn't set in stone? What if most people are just playing the game on the wrong difficulty setting? The truth is, a huge part of success comes down to picking the right kind of business before you even start. And that's where we move past this whole myth of inevitable failure and start talking about actual strategy. See, there's a specific framework out there that helps you dodge the most common pitfalls and actually find businesses that are built to last. And that framework is called Signals. You can think of it as your cheat code for navigating the business world today. It's a 6-part system designed to help you find and build businesses that are not just surviving, but thriving, because you're stacking the odds in your favor right from the get-go. So here's the roadmap for what we're about to cover. The Signals acronym is pretty straightforward. It stands for speed, industry selection, generational transfer, needs-based cash flow, affluent clients, and finally, leverage and systems. We're going to walk through every single one. Let's kick things off with the first 3 letters, S, I, and G. This is all about the big picture strategy, choosing the right arena to compete in before you even think about what you're going to sell. Okay, so the S stands for speed. And look, in 2026, your biggest advantage isn't going to be how much money you have. It's how fast you can move. This here is the OODA loop, a concept the military uses. You observe, you orient, you decide, and then, this is the most important part, you act. The goal is to get through this entire cycle in 24 hours. So while your competition is stuck in meetings, you're already out there making moves. And this quote just nails the whole idea. Check out this story. A guy named Spencer Scott wanted to start a better trash service in his neighborhood. Now, he didn't go out and buy a truck. No way. He just posted in a local Facebook group, asked if people were fed up with the current service, and dropped a link to prepay. He got $13,000 in recurring revenue before he spent a single cent on equipment. He sold the idea first. That's speed. Now let's talk I for industry selection, because this is where so many people trip up. This chart tells you everything you need to know. Over on the left, you've got the sexy industries like tech and media, but look at that survival rate. A dismal 29%. Now look to the right. Boring stuff like manufacturing and agriculture, their survival rate is almost 50%. The odds are literally twice as good. So the takeaway here is pretty simple. Don't chase sexy, chase solvent. You want to be in a game with low competition, where you're chasing cash flow, not headlines. You want a business that can stand on its own 2 feet, not one that's constantly begging for venture capital just to stay alive. Now for the G. Generational transfer. And this all comes down to one huge number, 10,000. That is the number of baby boomers who are retiring every single day. And a massive chunk of them, they own small businesses. And when you zoom out, the scale of this opportunity is just mind-blowing. We are talking about a $7 trillion wealth transfer. Over 40% of all small businesses are owned by boomers, and more than half of them are getting ready to hang it up. But here's the real kicker. 40% of them have absolutely no plan for what to do with their business. These are profitable, stable companies that they just need to hand off to someone. Okay, so we've found our playing field. Now let's get into the good stuff, the money. How do we make sure the cash keeps flowing, and how do we find the people who are actually happy to pay us? This is where the N and A in Signals come in. This quote right here is the mantra. This is N for needs-based cash flow. While everyone else is chasing the latest trend, the real money is being made quietly by solving boring, essential problems that people will always have. Think landscaping, plumbing, equipment repair. Things people need, not just things they want. Next up, A for affluent clients. You really got to understand this chart. It shows what people are calling the K-shaped economy. The top 20% of earners are now responsible for more than half of all consumer spending. Meanwhile, the bottom 80% are getting squeezed. So who would you rather be selling to? The group with money to spend, right? So how do you actually sell to this group? Well, you have to get what they really value. It's not about being the cheapest, it's about being the best. They will happily pay a premium for things that give them status, for things that offer incredible convenience and save them time, and for things that feel exclusive. protect their privacy, or are genuinely scarce. This is the playbook. If you can deliver on these 5 things, you can charge whatever you want. Okay, we've picked our industry and we know who our customer is. The final part of the framework, the L and the S, is all about how you build a modern business that's tough to compete with, using the most powerful tools we have today. Let's talk L for leverage, specifically when it comes to getting your message out there. Think about it like this. Paying for ads on Facebook or Instagram is like renting attention. You're just paying a tax to Mark Zuckerberg. But building your own audience, say on a newsletter or a YouTube channel, that's owning your attention. And that is an asset that grows in value over time. And if you're wondering where to put your energy, well, the data's pretty clear. Just look at this chart. Time and again, YouTube delivers the highest return on investment for businesses. It's an incredible engine for finding new customers without having to constantly pay for ads.
And finally, we've got S for systems. And listen, this goes way beyond just messing around with ChatGPT. We're talking about agentic AI workflows. These are systems that can actually understand a problem, come up with a plan to solve it, try different tools, and even learn from their mistakes. It's like having a team of digital employees working for you 24/7.
So there you have it, the entire Signals framework. It's a powerful blueprint for sure. But there's one last layer to all of this that goes beyond the tactics and the tech. And honestly, it might be the most important part. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? In a world that's becoming more and more automated, a genuine human connection is becoming a superpower. As real person-to-person interaction gets rarer, the people who can still provide it are going to have a massive advantage. You can literally charge more just for the luxury of talking to a real human being. And that really brings us to the ultimate question. This quote from Warren Buffett just says it all. At the end of the day, success isn't just about how much money you made. It's about stewardship. It's about building something that can live on without you. We all dream of building the next Tesla, but maybe a better goal is just to build something that lasts. So as you think about your own blueprint for 2026, don't just ask yourself what's going to make money. Ask yourself this. When you're no longer there to tell it, what story is your business going to tell? Because that, right there, is how you build something that actually matters.